Hey, Earthlings, let's talk about language. So, I would say that the language of the vegan movement has changed in recent times. It's much more kind of welfarist. When the pioneers of our movement talked about our relations with other animals and other justice issues, they talked about exploitation. That was their main word. Now, it doesn't mean that they didn't talk about animal cruelty, but it wasn't the main word, whereas now it's the dominant word. But it's also the dominant word for the RSPCA and for the humane societies around the world. And so, therefore, the language of the vegan movement has become the same language as the traditional animal welfare movements or societies and organizations. Now, this, I think, causes confusion. Veganism is a much more radical idea than traditional animal welfarism. Leslie Cross himself, one of the vegan pioneers, said, "We're not about welfare, we're about liberation." And that's the way we should see veganism. It's not a welfare movement. So we shouldn't really use welfare language, at least not as the dominant language that we use all the time, virtually all the time. Cruelty this, abuse that, instead of the more radical language of anti-exploitation, anti-oppression, anti-persecution, all these kind of things, animal emancipation, all those kind of phrases that the pioneers used have all been subsumed now under this thing about animal cruelty. And I think that's why there's been a resurrection of this thing about being an animal lover as well. You know, my generation of vegans would reject the idea that they are animal lovers because other animals don't need love from humans. They need respect. You know, loving someone is kind of irrelevant to respecting their rights. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, obviously, but it's not, again, the dominant feeling. The dominant feeling within the vegan movement should be that we respect the rights of other animals, not that we care about them because we love them.